A big hello from me and welcome back to Paul Rolls Dice, and today, you've probably guessed, I am finally starting my solo campaign playthrough of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice. Now, a few weeks ago, I did an unboxing of this, so if you want to take a look at that, I will leave a link in the description of the video. There might be a card somewhere up here or whatever. Now, this playthrough is going to be somewhat blind for me and for you guys as well if you've never seen this game. I'm not going to be deep diving into the rules, I'm just going to be setting up the game and learning whilst playing. So hopefully that's a format that you guys can enjoy. You'll be learning the game with me, but if you do know the game already and I do make some mistakes, please let me know in the comments. I will try and get better for the future videos. So without further ado, let's jump into this game. Okay, so we are set up and ready to play Memory 0.1. We have our assassins on our boards and these lovely tokens. We have the board set up. I am using these third-party buildings that I found on a YouTube channel just to add some elevation, some extra life to the board. As you can see, it's still a nice board, but it looks even better when we get to actually climb buildings and scale buildings and use some parkour in an Assassin's Creed game. So our two assassin apprentices start on the fast travel square, and our mission is to rescue our 4 imprisoned assassins. Now I'll just move this in because can't really see that one there. So these are the objectives. It's going to cost us 1 action cube on our assassins' turns to interact with them. We do have these tokens on the board as well. These are just for reference to let us know that something is going to happen when we enter those spaces, and in this instance for Memory 0.1 it means we will have to perform a detection test when we enter the square. Now it's probably likely that we are going to be exposed on this mission and all of the missions in the game, but the aim is to try and prolong being exposed for as long as we can because the game gets way more difficult. So first and foremost, we now get to reveal this deck, which every mission has. So I'll just read out these. Read this card before taking other cards out of the slot. Reveal the 4 small equipment cards and split them between the assassin apprentices. Place them in 1 or more of the 5 slots on your assassin boards. Now, because I am playing solo, I do need to play with 2 assassins. And because there is equipment for up to 4 assassins, I get to share these out amongst us, meaning both of our lovely assassins get multiple pieces of equipment. These rewards, they stay face down. We don't reveal those until we beat the mission, or we might fail. And then we've got to try it again. So, flip these over. Right, equipment, we have 4 parachutes. Now, anytime we see this blue symbol here, we can reference this in the rulebook, and this is a really good rulebook as well. Everything is referenced and laid out very nicely. A lot of these big board games come with terrible rulebooks, but Assassin's Creed, Triton Noir, you have done very well. So, both of our assassins get 2 parachutes, and I'll just read out what they do as well, just so we know. For 2 action cubes, if you are on a roof or at the top of a tower, move to another roof on this map. Eliminate 1 guard on your arrival square before any detection test. That is really good. As I said before, guys, we are going to be learning this game together. The memories 0.1 through 0.3 are about learning the game slowly but surely. By the end of these memories, and we move on to the actual numbers, 1, 1.1, so on and so on, we'll all know the rules and we'll be able to just breeze through the campaign nicely. So, parachutes, we get 2 each, and then when we use it, we do discard them. So there we go, we will be utilising those. Next up on the deck, do not reveal the 5 large event cards, shuffle them to form the event deck, place this deck near the map. Okay, so events, beginning of every turn, we draw one of these, and the event tends to last for 1 turn and then it's discarded. If we run out of the deck, we just shuffle them and do it again. So we'll put those, should put those there. Can we see those? Let me move those dice out of the way. And then we will flip this over. So, player aid, you're strictly limited to the phases and actions listed below. As I said, we're learning, but we'll have way more things to do as the game progresses, as the campaign progresses. So, first off, event phase. Draw an event card, apply its effect. Then we're going to the assassins phase. We can then play the assassins and use our action cubes, and we can do them in between each other as well. So I could spend 1 cube with this assassin, and then another one, and we can go back and forth. And these are all of the actions we can do. So complete each objective, trade items, move 1 square, use a parachute, use a fast travel station. Now once we complete our objectives, we still need to get back to the fast travel station down here. So hopefully we can get this done. And the objectives, as you can see, they all cost 1 action cube. And in this mission, these action cubes correspond to freeing one of our assassin friends. And that's what we need to do. So let's have a look. Remember, detection test. As soon as an incognito assassin or ally enters a square containing 1 or more enemies, perform a detection test, and we roll 1 detection dice per enemy. So that's that done. Time to flip over the event. Let's see what we get. Corruption. Okay, so let's read this. During this turn, the first assassin to become exposed after a detection test can choose to give, so discard 1 equipment card for each eye or eye alert symbol in order to bribe the enemy. The assassin ignores the result of the test. So if I roll 2 and I've still got both of my parachutes, we can save ourselves. But that only happens for this turn. Okay, next. Assassin turns. Let's get into it. Easiest thing to do first then. We want to get to these squares as quickly as we can. Some of these squares have black borders around them, meaning they are impassable walls. So let me just move in so we can show you. There we go. So these open spaces, open. We can move into there. But to get into this one, because it's walls all around, we need to go from here into there, into there, into there. Same with that one, we need to go into there, into there. So let's see what we can do. If we just put the camera back there. Okay, apprentice number 1. We have 3 cubes. Just so it's easier, I think I'm going to use all of them at once for now. Okay, so 1 cube. We're going to climb onto this roof. Last 2 cubes, we are going to spend those. And we are going to use our parachute. So as we saw before, we can spend 2 cubes to move from one roof to another and eliminate a guard on the arrival square, meaning we don't have to do the detection test. We will discard that. We're going to parachute all the way over here. We are going to knock this guard out. They then lie down. Get rid of that because we don't need to do a detection test. That is assassin number 1 done. Okay. Next assassin. 3 cubes. This should be a nice and relaxing turn again. Now we can't use a parachute again to knock out an enemy, but we can move squares. So cube number 1, we're going to climb up there. 2 cubes, we are going to discard a parachute. That one, get rid. To fly all the way over here on that roof, bypassing that dude. So 1, yeah, that's fine. That's assassin turn. We ran out. So, end of the turn. We go to the end of the turn phase. Check whether to start a new game turn or not. We haven't completed our objective. We start a new game turn. First thing we do is we get our 3 cubes back. We are meant to put them onto the piles, onto the cards there. But for simplicity and as you know, makes the video easier, we're going to put the cubes like this, just so we know. And then we can spend them like that. First thing we do again, reveal an event card, and we have florins. Okay. During the assassin phase, 1 assassin can use 1 action cube to throw florins, which is the currency of Italy, on 1 nearby square. The guards on this square are busy picking up the coins. They will not perform a detection test until the end of the phase. So that means I can throw coins onto a square, get into the square, complete the objective, get out of the square. Right, how do we want to do this? And when it says nearby square, by the way, that's adjacent. So I think the easiest thing we're going to do is our assassin friend up here. We're going to spend 1 cube. We're going to throw some florins onto here, so he's now distracted by the coins. We're going to spend another cube to move in. Ooh. No detection test until the end. We're going to spend our final cube to complete the objective. We'll get rid of that. But remember, at the end of the assassin phase, we still need to roll it. So what this has allowed me to do is get the objective, then see if he finds me. That's probably better than running in and hoping for the best. So we've completed this one. We'll put that there. Right, second assassin. We are all the way over here. What shall we do? We're going to spend 1 of our cubes. We are I'll move this in because this is kind of behind. We're going to move into this square here. we're going to spend our second action cube to complete the objective. That's 2 assassins freed. And we're going to spend our final cube to climb back up onto the roof. And that is the assassin turn done. I should say as well, the way we fail this mission is if both of our assassins are captured. There is no combat in this tutorial mission, as we're all learning the ropes and things. So if we are detected, we are instantly imprisoned, which means we will be down to 1 assassin, and we do not get their action cubes. We only have the 3 for each of the characters. If both assassins are captured, we have to run the mission again. So, end of the assassin phase, we now need to run a detection test. What we do is, we take 1 detection dice per enemy on that square, and we give it a roll. So, because we are incognito, if it rolls blank, we are fine. If it rolls that one, we are also fine, because that is only an alert if we're in the alert phase and we start the game nice and relaxed. We've not seen this yet, which is really good. So we're going to roll the dice and we're going to pray. And we are safe. We are incognito. The guard is blind. This is very, very good. End of the round. We refresh all 3 of our cubes and we draw our next event card. And we have Shadow. During this turn, ignore the first detection test. Oof. That's really good. Okay, where should we go, pals? What can we do? What can we do? So we can't actually take out these guards because we can only parachute and knock them out. We've got no combat. So the best thing to do is, so I don't have to roll another one. Our apprentice here, 1 action cube. Climb up there. 2nd action cube. We will go into there. 3rd action cube. We will free our imprisoned assassin. Done. Apprentice. Where shall we go? I'm going to 1 action cube to go down. Action cube to move into there. I do have 1 action cube left, and we've got the shadow card. Ignore the first detection test. Oh, it's kind of pointless, I think. We could move into there, but then at the beginning of the next turn, we only do the... I think we only do the alert phase when we end our turn, I think. I think that's how it works. I think, you know what, just for safety, I'm going to stay there. I'm going to bide my time. We will end the turn there. We go into round 3. We refresh all of our action cubes, but now we couldn't use Shadow. We're going to use an event card. You don't belong here. During this turn, any detection test on a roof is carried out as if it had... Right, okay, so we're not on roofs. Doesn't matter. Okay, we're ready, pals. Assassin. Cube number 1. We go in. We roll a detection test. Are we stealthy enough? We are not. We are being seen. We are now captured. We are off the board. We are down to 1 assassin. Okay. Scared. 3 cubes. We go. 1 up there. Now, I really don't want to go into there. I really don't. So I'm going to use my last parachute for my 2 action cubes. So I will discard that. And I will fly over to this one here. Okay. That is turn. We start another one. We refresh our action cubes and we draw the final event card. And it's called Dark Night. During this turn, 1 time only, during 1 detection test, you can ignore and re-roll all of the alert dice that rolled the alert, the standard alert, or the elevated alert one. Okay, so it's extra dark, I guess. 3 action cubes. Let's go. Action cube number 1. We drop down. Action cube number 2. We go there. I think we're going to do it this time. I could have really done it last time, but action cube 3. We move in. Perform a detection test. We'll remove that because we know what that is. And we get to re-roll it if it is actually alerted this time. See what happens. We are safe. There we go. Right. End of round. So, refresh. Back to the event cards. We shuffle them. This is kind of going well. I mean, we're down to 50%, but we're okay. We'll draw an event card to begin the round. Corruption. During this turn, first assassin to become exposed after a test can choose to discard equipment. I have no equipment. That card is no good to me. 3 action cubes. Okay. So because I'm incognito, it's the beginning of a new round. I've not moved out of the square, or an enemy hasn't moved in. So I'm still hidden for now. So what we need to do is, and because I'm incognito, I can interact with an objective token. When you are alerted, you can't do that. So action cube number 1, we rescue the 4th assassin. Now that is mission objectives complete. We have 2 cubes left. All we need to do now is safely get back to the fast travel station. We're going to spend our 2 cubes to go 1, 2. The round ends. We refresh. We draw an event card. We have You Don't Belong Here. During this turn, detection test on a roof are carried out as if that. We don't need to worry about that because we're not on a roof. We've got 3 cubes. 1 cube, climb up. 2nd cube, we will parkour down. 3rd cube, you do have to spend it. We interact with the station, completing memory 0.1. Whew, that was stressful. That was stressful. And, of course, we need to now take a look at this. Now that it's finished, we have the Diary of Memories. So this is the campaign tracker. We will be gaining experience points throughout our adventure, and during the missions we can unlock stickers. I'll show you these, which we can then stick to our lovely sheet, just as it's like an in-game achievements kind of thing. And if we do the 100% sync, if you played Assassin's Creed, you'll know what that is as well. It's just it's an extra little bragging rights kind of thing. So if we just have a look at the campaign book, we can check if we got 100% sync. So where are we? Memory objectives. There we go. So unlock the 4 assassins. We've done that. 100% sync. To get this 100%, complete the memory with no more than 1 assassin apprentice becoming exposed. We've done it. So we have also got the 100% sync. That is awesome. And I think that's it. I think we're done. We will... Oh, there we go. Memory 0.1 synchronized. Here we go. We'll read this. So, well done. We are free thanks to the young assassin apprentices. Caesar's forces are leading the assault against the fortress and have already managed to take over some of the buildings. We will soon put Ezio's plan of sabotaging Caesar's gun into action. Take the reward cards in slot 0.1. Give 1 common sword to each assassin apprentice and give the hidden blade to Claudio. If you are playing with less than 4 assassins, or if Claudio is not in play, place the remaining cards on the villa slot. Okay, so I don't think we have Claudio in play. These are our 2 assassins, and these are the ones I'll be running through the campaign with. I will flip them over just for the names. We have Alessandra and Bastiano. So we don't have Claudio, but we do gain a common sword for both of them. So let's get the rewards. Let's have a look. Common sword, and we put that in the sword slot there, and we will take a look at this one, show you what it does. So a couple of symbols on this one now. So we know it's a melee weapon. That means as soon as we use this sword, the alert status becomes alerted. Now that may sound a little bit weird. It did take me a minute for my head to get around it, but what we've got to remember is these are only the game components. This is a bustling city. There are people everywhere. There are eyes all over Venice. As soon as someone pulls a sword out, someone is going to be an eyewitness, and that's how it's represented in the game. We just need to remember that these streets are filled with people, so that's why it does it. It costs 1 action to use it, and we roll 2 combat dice, but we will get to combat dice later on as well. And this symbol here is essentially a critical hit with the weapon. When you roll your combat dice, if you roll the Assassin's Crest symbol, you get to use the cool stuff. So we both get a common sword. Now, Bastiano, no, Claudio, sorry. Claudio would be getting a hidden blade, but we don't. They go back into the big pile of cards that this game comes with. And to set up for the next mission, we then take these cards, the events, and we pile them with the events that will come with the next mission. But that is for another time. That is 0.1 finished. Please stay tuned for 0.2. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to really enjoy playing through this game. We will also dish out the experience points that we got as well. So what we do is, all of the objectives complete, we flip over a token, and they will give us the amount of XP that's on them. So these will be 2, 2, 2, and 2, meaning both of our assassins get 8 experience points. So we'll go from there all the way to 8. I'll pencil this in. I'll get better at doing the end, the post memory sequence and stuff. But at the minute we are on 8 experience. Once we hit 39, we will become a level 1 assassin. And as you saw then, very briefly, we have cool abilities that we can use. So there we go. That was 0.1. my friends, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Can't wait to do it. See you then.